Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank you for joining us today. I'm RJ Stamper, the Director of External Relations with the FAU Libraries, and I would like to welcome you to today's webinar, FAU Libraries Live. Even though our buildings are not currently offering face-to-face events, the FAU Libraries continue to serve the FAU community through a hybrid model of on-site and technology-enhanced services to support teaching, research, and learning. We hope that you find this webinar will do just that. Today, we're welcoming several members of the FAU Libraries faculty and staff. They will introduce themselves along the way, as well as share some of the resources that are available to help you be successful at FAU. We will be taking questions at various points throughout this presentation, but please feel free to use the chat box at any time. At the end of the webinar, we'll be giving away some prizes, so we encourage you to stick around till the end. Today's event is a partnership between the FAU Libraries and FAU Graduate College. Before we get started, I would like to introduce the Dean of the Graduate College, Robert Stackman, to say a few words.
Thank you, RJ. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's delightful to think about an event specific to graduate students, because I think library services are such a resource, such a luxury for graduate training at any university, in particular at Florida Atlantic University. So what you're going to hear about today are a lot of the fantastic opportunities that you have at our library. I can say from my own experience, once a long time ago as a graduate student, I came to find the libraries a little bit late in my time, unfortunately, and so I hope that you won't make that same mistake. For me, I was drafting my master's thesis along the way to my PhD, and my advisor at the time kept telling me, you know, this sounds great, but you really need to think outside the box, think more broadly about your project. And so I asked the senior graduate student in the lab, I said, what is he talking about? And he said, go to the library, you'll find out. And I went to this was at Rutgers University, I went to the library. My project was looking specifically at anti-anxiety drugs and their side effect on learning and memory. And we had done some basic experiments in the lab looking at where in the brain these drugs work to interrupt memory processes. And what my advisor was kind of pushing me to do was to think more broadly. What's the usage of these drugs in the US population? What's the incidence of dementia amongst US populations? Where is the intersection between the use of these drugs and those populations that might really be affected in some interesting ways? And I can tell you that the library was such an amazing resource. They took me into resources that I had no idea were available. And this was quite a bit of time ago. And even though now we actually are walking around with these computers in our pockets, it's not to say that you would know exactly where to find all the information you might need for your particular project. So don't take my example and delay. I would say, you know, go right from the start as you're planning a proposal for your project. Go to the libraries and avail yourself of all those resources. And I can say, actually, Dean Hickson is, to me as a dean, Dean Hickson is currently a source of a wealth of information. She is regularly emailing deans, putting us in touch with information that is relevant to us. And so actually just this week, I got an email from her, and I always find them to be really helpful. So without further time here, I'm going to turn it back over to RJ and enjoy the presentation.
All right, thank you, Dean Stackman. Now that some of the housekeeping's out of the way, we're going to begin with a quick video message from the Dean of the Libraries, who could not be with us, unfortunately, today. but she did record this message. It's a short message from Dean Carol Hickson.
Hello, my name is Carol Hickson, and I'm the Dean of University Libraries at Florida Atlantic University. I want to thank you for attending today's presentation. We hope you learn more about the libraries and how we can help you be successful during your time at FAU. As the university continues to follow health and safety guidelines to limit the spread of the coronavirus, the libraries cannot right now provide the collaborative gathering and active learning spaces we have designed. This is very disappointing to us because we miss seeing our students working together and using our spaces creatively. But we know that we will get back to the way things were, and we'll be able to use what we have learned during this trying time to make our services even better. No matter what, we want you to know that your library faculty and staff are always here to help right now. Good luck to you this semester, and as always, go Owls! Hello.
There we go. All right, and now I would like to turn it over to our first speaker of the day. It's my colleague from Instruction and Engagement, Ken Frankel.
Thank you, RJ. Next slide, please. The Instruction and Engagement Services Department provides library users with assistance and instruction in navigating the many collections and resources that the library has to offer. We do this through working with teaching faculty to provide library instructional sessions for courses, creating online tutorials and workshops, staffing online service points where you can ask us questions and we can help you locate the information you need, and by offering consultations by appointment for more in-depth research assistance. Librarians in our department also act as liaisons to academic departments, and we work with faculty members to evaluate and select resources for inclusion in the library's collection. Next slide, please. Just to give a very brief introduction on where to access research resources through the library's website, which is library.fau.edu, there's a large blue box in the center of the library's homepage, and this provides tabs to search for various types of resources. One search is a massive database that combines the majority of the databases that our library has access to and allows you to search them at one time. For graduate students, this can be useful for interdisciplinary research, or if you're not finding your topic in a subject-specific database. The library catalog searches for materials including books, ebooks, DVDs, streaming video, government information, and many of the special collections. It does not, however, include individual journal articles. The Journals tab allows you to look up a specific journal to see which databases included in full text and what years are covered. The databases are collections of scholarly articles and other resources, both subject-specific and interdisciplinary. Of special interest to graduate students are ProQuest dissertations and theses global, which includes the full text of most of the master's theses and doctoral dissertations completed in the United States, and many from other countries. And also the Web of Science, which despite its name also includes social sciences and arts and humanities. This database allows you to search for a topic and sort the results by the number of times they've been cited by other authors, giving an indication of which articles have been most influential. Below the search box, clicking on the Research Guides icon will take you to librarian-curated subject and class guides that will assist you in selecting the best databases for library research in a particular discipline. Next slide, please. The library has recently transitioned to a new login system called Open Athens. Instead of going to a link to log in before researching, if you are working from the library's website, the first time you click on a licensed resource, such as an e-journal, a database, etc., during a session, you'll be prompted to log in with your FAUNet ID and password, whether you are working from home or on campus. You won't have to log in again during that session as long as you don't close your browser. Open Athens can also be used to log into resources that we have access to through Google Scholar or publishers' websites. You won't be prompted to log into those, but should look for an institutional sign-in, choose Open Athens and Florida Atlantic University and then you will be prompted to log in with your FAU credentials. Next slide, please. Finally, there are a number of different ways you can contact us for assistance. Most every page of the library's website has a red Ask the Librarian tab on the right side, which can be clicked on to chat with or email a librarian. You can make an appointment to meet one-on-one with a librarian on Zoom or WebEx for a research consultation. And our library also has a scholarly communication services librarian who you can contact for assistance with issues, including copyright and selecting a journal to publish your research in. Next, I'd like to introduce Daniel Scheid, who will be speaking with you about the library's many unique special collections.
Hi, everybody. Thanks, Ken. It's good to be here. My name is Daniel Scheid, and I work in special collections, which is one of the many reasons that I'm the envy of the other presenters here today. When it comes to university libraries, FAU is in a very unique position that for a university our size, that we have several preeminent, widely recognized collections. Now, special collections in university library are what really make one university library stand out from the next. So let's just talk about the basics. When you think of special collections, the stereotypical image that you get is old books and manuscripts. And that's what we have in the main area of special collections. We have over 180 sub-collections, including the University Archives, and that contains documents detailing the history of Florida Atlantic University. We also have the incredibly impressive Weiner Spirit of America collection. Now, this is a treasure trove of primary documents, chiefly from the 18th century, and it's invaluable for anyone who is studying the American Revolution and pre-revolutionary life. We've also got the recorded sound archives, where students can research such ancient formats as vinyl records, compact discs, and cassettes. These are primarily collections of Judaica, jazz, and vintage music, and we have researchers and practicing musicians from all over the world constantly using this collection. I constantly see people, on social media really praising these collections, and it's really exciting to see how they use these resources for very practical reasons. And finally, we've got the Jaffe Center for Book Arts, and this features some of the strangest books that you will ever encounter. Usually when you have a book, the most important thing, of course, about the book is the content. In the books we have at the Jaffe Center, that's not necessarily the case. These are books that are used, that artists use to express themselves through the medium of the book. So we have books that are made out of glass. We have books that are made out of ceramics. We have books that are made out of textiles. We have books that have unusual bindings and books that explore the limits of how we define the book. We also have several printing presses, and out by the football stadium, we have our paper making lab, and and we also have these things are used not only by students, but by artists who come from all over the world to work here. And in pre and hopefully post-COVID times, we have regular workshops, classes, and events, both for the FAU community and for the general public. At the moment, we don't have that, but we have many online events and classes going on. And I believe right now we're going to the wonderful wide world of access services with Steve Matthews. But if that's not the case, I'm sure we'll have someone nearly as good.
That's the case, Daniel. Good afternoon. My name is Stephen Matthew. I'm the head of access services here in the Wimberley Library. Next slide, please. To get into a house that's locked, you need a key. And to get into the FAU libraries at this point, it's locked down because of our present situation. You'll need your key, which is your OWL card. You can see the link to the OWL card center, and they are open for in-person issuance of the OWL card, but you can also get your OWL card issued online. Once you get your OWL card and you show up to the library, how do you use it? Next slide, please. There's a specific way to swipe your card to get access to the gate, and there are a number of ways to do it to not get access, and I've seen pretty much all of the ways not to do it. It's pretty simple. I say OWLs up. Always keep your OWL up. Once you get into the building, though, we have a few changes in our procedures from times past. Our most notably, our hours are shorter. We're open 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, as it says. Masks are definitely required, and you will realize that we've blocked off different seats so that social distance will be enforced. We're not really set up for group studying at this time, and the study rooms on the upper floors are actually locked down. Everything is basically the first floor is the only floor that's open right now. Laptop lending, if you find yourself in a situation where you need to get a laptop, financial aid is the folks on campus. They're actually going to be vetting everyone for laptop loans, but eventually you'll end up at the library to check out your laptop, and we have a whole process we can help you with. Once you get into the building, you're trying to get some materials. If you're not just here to study, we can help you navigate the FAU Libraries website. There's a chat box on the right there on the red that will help you to connect with the librarian if we're unable to get you to your resources. But since we can't let you get to the physical books at this time, we'll actually walk you through the process. And sometimes you'll actually have to come into the building if you didn't pick up your materials from the lockers out front. And that's going to be explained a little later in the process. But basically, we're here to help you. If you have any issues with your OWL cards, there's someone at the front desk on a monitor that you can talk to, and that person will be able to assist you, they might even have to come out and assist you, but we'll make sure that you get what you need as a student of FAU. I'm going to go ahead and throw it to RJ Stamper now to see if we have some questions.
All right, thank you, Stephen, and everyone else that has already gone. We are going to pause just for a moment at this time to give everyone an opportunity to submit any questions you might have on any of the information you've seen. We are about halfway through the presentation. We have several more speakers that will be discussing their departments, how to access the resources they have available and the services. If you don't have any questions at this point, that's okay. We will, at the end, be able to take any questions. Feel free to submit them at any time using the chat function. I'm not seeing any questions come across. We'll wait just a few more seconds just to see if there is anything about any of the departments or resources that have gone. And if there's no questions, then I'm going to hand it over to our next speaker, who comes from the Government Information and Maps Department, and that is my colleague, Brian Wirt, who should be standing by and ready to go.
Thank you, RJ. Welcome to everybody this afternoon. Glad to see we have quite a few attendees out there. I'm going to talk a little bit about probably one of the lesser known areas of the library, government information and maps. The FAU Library is part of the Federal Depository Library Program, or FDLP. And this program is made up of over 1,100 libraries nationwide, including 28 libraries in Florida. We're the only FDLP library serving the Palm Beach and Treasure Coast counties. So why is that important? Well, it means we're able to provide a lot of valuable resources, both print and online, that you can use in your research. If you think about all the departments, agencies, bureaus in the US government, for example, the State Department, Health and Human Services, NASA, Census Bureau, all the activities of Congress, so that all generates publications. Most people don't know it, but Uncle Sam is the world's largest publisher. The government printing office was created in 1860 to oversee this job. And as a result, we have resources covering a wide range of subjects. These resources are available in print, but also increasingly in digital formats such as full text ebooks, online research publications, and digitized maps. We also have specialized resources for in-depth research, such as that done by grad students. For example, Foreign Relations of the United States is a multi-volume set that features the inside story of American foreign policy going all the way back to the very beginning of our nation. We also have another multi-volume series called The War of the Rebellion, and that contains the official records of Union and Confederate forces during the Civil War. We have specialized statistical resources for those doing research in education, health, economics, and other disciplines. We're also a member of the state of Florida government depository program, so we have a lot of material that's focused just on the state of Florida, if that's where your research is. Next, we also manage the GIS Corner, which is the library's Geoinformation Systems Lab. The lab provides the latest GIS software for students, faculty, and staff to access, and you don't even have to be taking a geosciences course to use it. Many students in various disciplines, say anthropology, public administration, biology, criminology, they're using GIS information more and more in their projects and can come over here and do that. The GIS lab is available all hours the library is open, and you don't need an appointment, but it is first come, first serve. You can't come in and force somebody else off. The lab has newer computers with the latest versions of ArcMap and ArcPro, and we can also even help you find training opportunities to expand your GIS skills and knowledge. We also have a rather large map collection that has, as you see right there, 38,000 physical maps. And a lot of people are just shocked by that. I get overwhelmed when I get to our map section because it just, there's so much there. Students use maps in their research, but they also make a great tool for presentations, and almost all of our maps are available to check out. So what kind of maps do we have? We have local, political, topographic, cultural, and travel maps, and actually quite a few science maps too. More and more people are using digital maps, and we can also help you find those online. So to wrap things up, we encourage you to contact if you have any questions or would like to find out more about government information and maps resources. And I'm going to pass it on, I believe, to Joanne from Digital.
Thanks, Brian. Hi, guys. My name is Joanne Parenduke. Welcome to the Digital Library, home of our digital collections and FAU's institutional repository. Please visit our online digital collections that have been created from library-owned special collection and archival materials. You can also access educational and scholarly works created by FAU students, researchers, and faculty who have contributed them to the repository. Discover our digital versions of 18th century New England almanacs, part of our most recent Spirit of America digital collection. This collection includes over 600 digitized early American speeches and foreign language pamphlets dating from as early as the 1670s. Explore digitized archival photographs of FAU campus and see how the university has grown and changed over time. Check out thousands of images from FAU athletics to dorm life. We offer a wide array of content to discover, some of which you can even download and reuse. Browse student and faculty research deposited in the repository. Find articles and patents produced by FAU faculty, Doctor of Nursing Practice capstones known as DNPs from the School of Nursing, and conference proceedings and posters, all contributed to the repository. The repository also hosts our graduate electronic theses and dissertations collection with more than 7,000 ETDs created at FAU since 1967. That's a lot of original research to explore. So if you are a graduate student required to complete a thesis or dissertation, then you will be submitting your ETD to the FAU Research Repository. Some of the benefits of your ETD being deposited in the repository include the wide dissemination of your work and a permanent URL so that you can share and link your ETD in your resume, grant applications, or via social media. The repository also offers download counts and usage statistics for your ETD. If you have any questions about digital collections or the repository, you can contact us at digital@fau.edu. And next up is our Interlibrary Loan Department. Take it away, Garrett.
Thanks, Joanne. My name is Garrett Good. I work for the Interlibrary Loan Department. And we have a short video for you.
Oh, hello there. My name is Garrett Good, and I work in the Interlibrary Loan Department here at FAU's Wimberley Library. I like to call Interlibrary Loan the collection that we don't own, because we handle the exchange of books between libraries that aren't our own, so we can expand our collection beyond what we have physically on the shelf. We normally have access to over 3,500 libraries worldwide, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, our world has become a little smaller, so getting materials outside North America is a little more difficult now. But we will try every avenue we can to get you the materials you want. We can also get books for you from many libraries within the state of Florida via the UBorrow service. And not only can we get books and articles for scholarly purposes, such as papers or other assignments, we can also get fiction, nonfiction books for light reading, music CDs, really anything that another library might own. You can put in an ILL request for it. Run out of stuff to stream over the past few months? Put in a request for your favorite TV shows or movies on DVD. Our services are almost always free for students, staff, and faculty here at Florida Atlantic University. Oh, and once it arrives here, we will put it in one of these lockers, which is actually what I'm doing right now. These lockers are our new low-contact delivery system that allows material pickup at any time, even outside library hours. Because, as you may have noticed, they're located outside the front of the library. Need stuff from our stacks as well? We handle that too. We also offer electronic delivery for chapter scans and scholarly articles. That's right, if there's a specific book chapter or article that you need, you can put in a request for it and it will be delivered electronically to your ILL account. No pickup required. Creating an Interlibrary Loan account is easy too. Information on how to create one and about all of our services can be found at our website, right here. We look forward to helping you with your interlibrary loan requests, and we thank you for supporting the FAU Libraries. Go Owls! Oh!
All right, and as mentioned previously, our stacks currently are closed at the moment. However, thanks to our partner Hathi Trust, a lot of that is actually available online right now. And we'll let you know that if you put in a request for it too. We also just got added to what is called OCLC Express, which is essentially the top 10% worldwide of libraries that lend and borrow to each other. So that allows us to ask that particular group first so we can get you your materials quicker and faster, whether it be for research, assignments, anything that you might need. And with that, we're going to pass it along to our Harbor Branch campus. Pam?
Hi, thanks, Garrett. Welcome, graduate students, to the Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute Library. I'm Pam Alderman, your Harbor Branch librarian, and the library is located in the Link Building, room 108, in the Harbor Branch campus at Fort Pierce, Florida. If you haven't been there before, your OWL card is key. Just like on the Boca campus, you need to have your OWL card activated on our campus, and that would allow you to get into the research building and into the library. Tina Angelo provides this service, and you can see her link, OWL card activation, on this slide. So the library is open to you from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday with your OWL card. We have resources in advanced nursing, biology, environmental and ocean science, and ocean engineering on the Harbor Branch campus. Harbor Branch is very research focused. So as a graduate student, you might have a research project, presentations, and papers. The Harbor Branch librarian can help you with these projects. We can provide research support. We can help you with literature searches to find articles, research collaboration, and support, either for grant writing and also for publications. We can help with editing. We can schedule a virtual or in-person meeting for an instruction. Our library facilities include an ArcGIS lab, advanced 3D printing with engineering facilitators, a poster printer with IT assistance, an easy-to-use recording studio in case you need to do presentations and you need to practice, individual study rooms, and finally, PCs, laptops, or MacBooks to use in the library or to take and sign out. So now we have a very short video to show you. It's an actual virtual tour. So join us. Hi, I'm Pam Alderman, your Harbor Branch librarian, and we are here at the amazing Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute. over 200 acres of amazing research, and we're now in the Link building. So room 108 is the library. Let us take our OWL card and swipe in. Straight ahead, you see the Aquilina Bank. John Reed's amazing research, 40 years of surveying the coral reefs and the fishing. He was able to show that trawling actually was damaging the reefs and make it a preservation area, 150 miles now, called a treasure that's along the Florida coast. We also have this digital. It's part of the digital library, Harbor Branch Digital Collection. Please visit it on site as well. This is the self-check, so you can check your books in, check them out, or renew. All you need is your OWL card and a 4-digit month and day of birth, and then you're ready to go. This is the Harbor Branch print collection of books. Over 10,000 amazing books in marine science, ocean engineering, and nursing. Also biology. We have an advanced nursing program on this campus. This is the open access textbooks. We also have them ebooks online, but you can come to the library and review these in the library. Here is also a scanner and a copier, but one more place. The very last hallway is our print collection of journals on the left, 150 titles that are basically archival back to volume 1. On the right are study rooms. At the very end of the hall is the way we go into engineering, where you can look at the poster printer or use the 3D printers. Engineering staff will help you. But let's walk down to the ArcGIS lab at the very end of the hallway. This is an ArcGIS lab with software and also monitors. You can get extra monitors if you need to do data analysis. In front, you'll see the smartboard and the podium. So let's go inside and I'll take you to the podium where the recording studio is. You can practice your presentations here, and all you need is a USB drive. That will get your recording. The instructions are here in the classroom, or you can ask for assistance. So please give us a call, send us an email, or make an appointment. We'll be glad to help you. Just ask. Okay, now we're going to move FAU Libraries to the Jupiter campus. Take it away, Leah.
Thank you, Pam. Hi, everybody. My name is Leah Placharzik, and I am the director of the Jupiter Campus Library here at FAU. And I'd like to welcome you. The Jupiter Campus Library has a number of useful online and print resources available to you that will help you with your studies and research throughout your careers. You can access our library's homepage by typing in the address that appears at the top of this slide. In the Jupiter Spotlight box, visit our Lib2Go page for an overview of the many resources and services available to you. The library is currently open Monday through Fridays from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. We do have limited seating, and our maximum capacity is 20 people to ensure safe social distancing. We have a digital sign located in our all-night study that will tell you how many people are in the building and how many computers are available for you to use. Please note that for safety reasons, our second floor is closed at this time. One must have an active OWL card to swipe in to access the building. You can go online to the OWL card services and fill out an electronic form to request a card. The OWL card also serves as your library card and will enable you to connect off campus through our Open Athens system. Since moving to a mostly virtual platform, we have found ways to successfully meet your academic needs. For example, we've installed 18 lockers in our 24/7 study area where you can safely pick up books at your convenience. This service allows for contactless checkout of print materials. We have a simple online form that can be found on our library's homepage under the section that says Jupiter Spotlight. Staff members will pull the item for you, check it out to you using your Z number, and then we will send you an email with the locker number and combination so that you can access the contents of the locker. In addition to that, we have set up a virtual concierge at our front circulation desk. Someone is on call while the library is open to answer any questions that you may have. We have increased our collection of ebooks and access to streaming videos to assist with the completion of your studies and coursework. Faculty, if you have individual material requests for your classes, please reach out to me via email, and I will work with our collections manager to obtain these resources for you. Next slide, please. Just adjacent to the 24/7 study area is a 24-hour computer lab with approximately 13 computers and webcams for use, as well as a printer. Inside the library, we have 7 public PCs and 1 Mac available, all with webcams. We have printers, photocopiers, and book scanners. Every Friday, I have virtual office hours from 1 until 3 in the afternoon, where you can meet with me one-on-one, and I will assist you with reference help. I am also available for one-on-one virtual research consultations by appointment for faculty and students should you want individual assistance. For faculty, I am more than happy to offer bibliographic instructions for your students, while I will provide an overview of our library's resources and services. In these instructions, I will go into more detail about how to access our electronic and print materials and how to successfully navigate the databases that are most relevant to your research areas. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time with any questions that you may have. I have included my contact information here for your reference. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck this semester.
All right, I want to thank all of our speakers today for giving us those overviews. We are going to answer some questions that we have received, so if there's any other questions, feel free to type them in. And now is your opportunity to submit those into the chat box. While I give you a minute to do that, I do want to remind everyone that we'll be sending an evaluation survey once this webinar ends. We would love to hear your feedback on today's presentation. We take that feedback and that helps us continue to evolve our programming to better support our students on campus. So please make sure you fill that out. You can take your smartphone right now, and if you want to scan this QR code on the screen, that'll take you right to the survey, or you can wait to take it in your email, and there's also a link in the chat box right now. So lots of opportunities to take that survey. So please, we ask you to give us some feedback. Before we get to the questions, as a thank you to everyone for sticking around with us, we do want to give out some prizes. So I'm actually going to turn it over to my colleague, Tanessa Callanan, right now to announce today's winners.
Thanks everyone for attending the event. I'm going to apologize in advance if I pronounce your name wrong, but the first winner is going to be Albana. They were actually the first person to register for this webinar. And then the other winner is going to be Leonie Graham, which was the first person to ask a question.
Awesome. Congratulations. We're going to email each of you with instructions how to pick up your prizes after the webinar. All right, so now we do want to open it up for some of these questions that we've received. So I'm going to ask my colleagues to turn on their camera and help us answer some of them. One of the first questions we have is asking about students that are enrolled in online courses. Can they get their OWL card to access the library on campus?
Yes, the OWL Card Center has a link for distance learning students, and I think the quickest way to get to the link is to go through their FAQs. But we can provide the link. I'll provide it to RJ, and he can send it out to the participants. But yes, you can definitely get your OWL card as a distance learner.
And we have another question about an OWL card while we're at it. If you had your OWL card as an undergrad last year, will it work this semester as a graduate student?
It should work, yes. Yes.
Perfect. Is there a place in the library where someone can take a test?
That's for me. Yes, we have an examination area actually set up. If you bring your own laptop, there are 6 workstations with a screen around them, so you have semi-privacy for, you know, your online exams. But in that space, we also have two PCs set up with webcams and the lockdown browser set up for, and you can actually reserve your spot to take your exam. But keep in mind that all of the library computers have lockdown browsers, the lockdown browser, and webcams installed. So you can take an exam anywhere you see a PC and or a Mac and feel comfortable sitting there.
Okay. How are you able to get items from the Boca campus up to Jupiter and then vice versa? Would that be ILL?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so we actually have a courier sort of that goes between the two campuses. So essentially what happens is when you create an ILL account, we will mark down your preferred pickup location. And whenever you submit a request, whether it be for one of our own books or for an interlibrary loan, the system will automatically route it to whatever your preferred pickup location is.
Okay. Can you talk about the process to return books to the Boca campus?
To return books to the Boca campus, you actually have 3 book drops available to you. One at the north end of the breezeway, one at the south end of the breezeway, and the one that will get your books checked in the soonest is actually located to the left of the library front doors, and that has prominent signage there. We will keep the books in quarantine for 72 hours before checking them in. But the book drops on the breezeway are checked 3 times per week, so it may take an extra day or 2 before your books are checked in. We don't charge overdue fines, so there's no chance of you getting fined overdue fees for the extra time that the books are there. But you can always email us if you're unsure whether or not we receive your books. We'll let you know, but sometimes there's an extra day or 2 before they get checked in.
Okay. There's another question about OWL cards. Can a student just get a number for library use? And if they want a physical card later on, would it be considered a replacement card?
If I remember correctly, the OWL Card Center will send you the number for library use, but we have so few instances where you would actually need to use that. Your net ID would probably work better for the different resources that you need from the library. But no, that would not be a replacement card. They'll actually mail your card to you.
But just a reminder, you will need an actual physical card to be able to swipe in and out at the doors of the library. So there is a need to have an actual card. All right, last call for questions. If we have any more. Not a question, just wanted to say how great Ask a Librarian is. Thanks for the presentation and all the efforts. There were several comments about the effort of our library faculty and staff. It's important to note that while we have a lot of resources, the best resource we have is our faculty and our staff. They are here to help. They are online to help. They are now in person to help through our virtual concierge points if you do come into the library. But if you need help accessing any materials, finding materials, navigating how to use the library, our library staff and faculty are here to help. So as Dean Stackman said at the beginning, don't wait to come into the library. Feel free to walk in, connect with us online to take advantage of the library. We want to thank you again for joining us, and a special thank you to our team for putting together this presentation. As I mentioned, you will receive an email from us with a brief survey. If you haven't filled it out already, we hope you will take the time to do it. That email is also going to include links to the presentation slides and this recording of this event, so you can go back and review it on demand as you need. And finally, to stay up to date on our upcoming events and especially our important news, as we do hope to slowly reopen safely more areas of the library, you can follow us on all of our social media channels. At FAU Libraries is our handle. And most importantly, please don't hesitate to reach out to us should you need any help this semester or in your future at FAU. So thank you to our team. Thank you to you for joining us today. And everyone, I hope you stay safe. Bye.
Go Owls.